In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people thinking, what they say. In my mind, I'm always the best.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the most professional player I ever played with. He was the one, if we are training at 10, he will be here at 8. He was the last to leave the training ground.
Ronaldo was the biggest example of someone that, from the outside, you think, God-given talent, doesn't need to work hard, just turns up on a football pitch, looks $1 million, and just goes out there. Well, there was one day I mapped out a day in the life of Ronaldo, and in the day of Ronaldo, there was only an hour in the day where he was coached.
The discipline of Cristiano is unbelievable. I never see this. Every day. You know, some days you can oh, I'm okay, yeah. He doesn't miss one day. He's disciplined. No, it's like he's a professional. We're all professional. But the discipline to do it every single day, non-stop, this is something else. It's never satisfies him what you've done. He always want more because he always say, I can do more.
Before the lights, the trophies, and the global fame, there was a small island in the middle of the Atlantic, Madeira, a quiet place, far from the spotlight, where a skinny boy with a dream kicked footballs through narrow alleyways and up hills so steep they felt like mountains. That boy was Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. And even then, he was different. Born on February 5, 1985, into a working-class family, Cristiano's life wasn't glamorous. His father was a kitman at a local football club, and his mother worked as a cook and a cleaner. Money was tight, the home was small, but Ronaldo's hunger was massive. He didn't just love football, he needed it. As a child, he'd skip meals to keep playing. He'd cry if he lost. He'd kick a ball against the wall for hours, perfecting his touch. His obsession was obvious, but so was the challenge. He was skinny, small, and often overlooked. Other kids mocked him. Coaches doubted him, but he didn't care. In fact, it pushed him. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo left Madeira to join Sporting CP's academy in mainland Portugal, a move that would change everything. He said goodbye to his family, boarded a plane for the first time, and stepped into a new world, alone. The adjustment was brutal. He was homesick, teased for his accent, laughed at for crying when he lost. But Ronaldo didn't break. He hardened. At Sporting, his talent exploded. Speed, control, vision, all raw, all electric. He trained more than anyone. He stayed after sessions. He lifted weights in secret, determined to grow stronger. A pre-season friendly against Manchester United in 2003, just 18 years old, Ronaldo tore through United's defense with blistering pace and fearless dribbling. After the match, United players begged Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him. Days later, the deal was done. From Madeira's streets to Old Trafford's lights, from a hungry kid to a rising star, Cristiano Ronaldo hadn't made it yet, not even close, but he had arrived, and he was just getting started. When Cristiano Ronaldo walked into Manchester United's dressing room in 2003, he didn't look like the future of football. He was 18, thin, flashy, full of stepovers and raw speed, but missing polish. To some of the senior players, hardened Premier League veterans, he looked more like a YouTube highlight reel than a serious footballer. But Sir Alex Ferguson saw something else, a rare hunger, a spark you couldn't coach. Cristiano's debut was electric. Coming off the bench against Bolton, he danced past defenders, ignited the crowd, and showed flashes of what was coming. By 2006, Ronaldo was no longer just a prospect, he was a force. He started scoring, assisting, leading. In the 2006-07 season, he hit 17 goals and was named PFA Player of the Year. The next season, even better, in 2007-08, he scored 42 goals in all competitions. He was unplayable, fast, ruthless, explosive. His headers, his free kicks, his runs from the wing, everything clicked. United won the Premier League. Then they conquered Europe. In the Champions League final in Moscow, Ronaldo scored a towering header against Chelsea. He missed his penalty in the shootout, but United still lifted the trophy, and Ronaldo, tears and all, was crowned the world's best. That same year, he won his first Ballon d'Or. from doubted showman to world player of the year. In 2009, Real Madrid broke the bank to sign Cristiano Ronaldo for a then world record fee of 94 million euros. The Galacticos had returned, and this time, their crown jewel wasn't just a star, he was an obsession. Madrid didn't just want brilliance, they wanted goals, glory, greatness. And Ronaldo was ready to give them all of it. From day one, he delivered. His debut goal was a penalty, but it marked the beginning of an avalanche. Ronaldo didn't ease into La Liga, he attacked it. He scored in his first 4 games, then kept scoring, and never stopped. Gone were the tricks for the crowd, gone was the wide-eyed flair of Manchester. In Madrid, Ronaldo morphed into something colder, sharper, more efficient. A machine, with one function: score goals. He had reinvented himself. His dribbling became more direct, his runs more lethal, his finishing, robotic in its precision. Heaters, volleys, left foot, right foot, penalties, free kicks. It didn't matter. And behind that transformation was obsession. Ronaldo trained when no one watched, dieted with military precision, slept like a monk, studied like a scientist. He won 4 more Ballon d'Ors in Madrid, 5 in total, and more than any trophy, any stat. He did the unthinkable. He made greatness look routine. Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in Madrid as a superstar. He left as a legend, not just because of the goals, but because of the standard he set. The machine had been built, and it was nowhere near slowing down. Age is just a number. By 2018, Cristiano Ronaldo had conquered England and ruled Spain. He had nothing left to prove, and yet, he still wasn't satisfied. At 33, most players begin to fade. Ronaldo chose reinvention. He made a bold move to Italy, joining Juventus in a 100 million euros transfer. Critics questioned the decision. Serie A was slower, more defensive. Would his body hold up? In his very first season, he scored 28 goals and helped Juventus win yet another Scudetto. But at 34, he recorded the highest vertical leap in Serie A history, higher than most NBA players. At 35, he hit a sprint faster than any player at the 2018 World Cup. At 36, he was still scoring 30-plus goals a season. The obsession with detail never stopped. His defining moment in a Juve shirt came in 2019, the second leg of the Champions League round of 16. Juventus trailed Atletico Madrid 2-0 on aggregate. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, all 3 goals, all in the biggest moment. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't come to Italy to fade away. He came to evolve, and once again, he proved that greatness isn't a moment, it's a mindset. And for Ronaldo, the clock doesn't tick, it fuels him. A nation on his back for Cristiano Ronaldo. Club trophies built his legend, but country carved his soul. Wearing the Portugal shirt was never just about international duty, it was personal. It was emotional. It was everything. From a young age, Ronaldo didn't just want to succeed for himself, he wanted to lift his people, his flag, his roots. And for nearly 2 decades, he did exactly that. It wasn't always easy. For years, Portugal came close but never close enough. Then came 2016, the turning point. Euro 2016 wasn't Portugal's most talented squad, they scraped through the group stage. Ronaldo wasn't at his individual best, but he led like a captain possessed, barking instructions, driving the team forward, never letting go of belief. In the final against France, on enemy soil, Ronaldo started brightly, but in the first half, disaster struck, a clash of knees, and his tournament was over. He collapsed to the turf, tears in his eyes, stretchered off the field. Many thought Portugal were finished without him, but from the sideline, Ronaldo refused to disappear. In a sling limping, he stood beside coach Fernando Santos, urging, shouting, directing like a man possessed. When Eder scored in extra time to win Portugal its first major international title, it wasn't just a nation that erupted, it was a destiny fulfilled. Ronaldo lifted the trophy with tears in his eyes, not for himself, but for his country. Finally, Portugal had its moment, and he didn't stop there. In 2019, he led them to another title, the UEFA Nations League. Along the way, he scored hat-tricks, game winners, and broke records. What Ronaldo became Cristiano Ronaldo was never just a footballer. He became something else, a global icon, a relentless force, a machine built not just on talent, but on obsession, with improvement, with excellence, with legacy. And after more than 2 decades at the top of the sport, he didn't just leave a mark on the game, he changed it forever. At 39, Ronaldo is still competing, still scoring, still defying logic. While others slow down, he recalibrates. While others retire, he reinvents. From Sporting to Manchester, from Madrid to Turin, from England to Saudi Arabia, the hunger never left, the environment changed, the challenge shifted, but Cristiano Ronaldo never stopped being Cristiano Ronaldo. He redefined longevity in football. He proved that greatness isn't about one season, one title, one golden boot. It's about consistency. Day after day, year after year, he shattered the myth that age defines limits. For him, the numbers were never boundaries, they were fuel. Over 850 career goals, 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions League titles, over 100 international goals, all-time leading scorer in men's international football. The numbers are staggering, but what makes Ronaldo different is what those numbers mean. They represent work, endless hours in the gym, late nights perfecting free kicks, early mornings chasing perfection. He inspired a generation to train harder, to eat cleaner, to believe that greatness isn't born, it's built. You don't have to love him. You don't have to agree with every step he's taken, but you cannot ignore what he's done. Because Ronaldo showed the world that greatness doesn't come with comfort, it comes with sacrifice, with pain, with isolation, with the kind of discipline that few can understand and even fewer can maintain. And now, as the final chapters of his career unfold, the question isn't, is he still the best? It's how much more can he give? And the answer, as always, is everything he has. Cristiano Ronaldo started as a skinny kid from Madeira. Now he stands as one of the most iconic athletes in history, not just because of what he did with a ball, but because of what he did with his will. He became the machine, unstoppable, unmatched, unyielding, and his legacy will echo far beyond football, as a symbol of what's possible when nothing is ever enough.